Why do tone coins carry a higher premium than blast white coins? Let's dig into this. Alrighty, so let's talk about one of my favorite subjects. Well, favorite types of coins anyway. I like to collect. In this setup here, I have some very highly toned, rainbow toned Morgan silver dollars, and then I have some blast white silver dollars. Now, over time, tone coins have been frowned upon, and a lot of dealers, even my LCS told me that even my LCS was telling me that years ago that if you brought him a tone coin, same grade as a blast white coin, they would kind of just like discard it and put it into a different section because you wouldn't get enough money for it, or the same amount of money you would as a blast white coin. For the years we've evolved, and tone coins have now become a big hot commodity. Really, if you can get a nice little rainbow tone Morgan silver dollar and even a medium grade, you're going to get a higher premium of that. And now, even that goes even with PCGS, NGC, any grading company that you send it to, because it has better eye appeal. So if a coin that you say it's a MS64, you might get an MS65 because of the eye appeal of that coin. And I'll kind of show you on this one right here. This one, I've looked at this quite a bit, and like I don't see how it grades higher than an MS65 really, because I compared them to the other ones, but the eye appeal on this is just incredible, and I think that's why it got a higher grade. And this one as well, this one's got beautiful eye appeal. This is an MS65. Now this has a little bit more chatter than most of the blast white MS65s, and and that's because the tone on it just really pops out at you. It really grabs your eye. There are still people out there that really don't like the tone coins. This one back here is probably my favorite coin that I own. It's got a little cross through it. And now I saw another one just like the same grade, gold shield and everything, and it had another one of these in there, different year, and I tried to buy it because it had to have come from the same collection. I mean, it's just a beautiful coin, and the eye appeal of these coins have gotten to the point where tone coins are just going through the roof. Like I see people selling these tone coins for astronomical amounts of dollars. And if any dealers are out there or people that have collected for a long time, I'm sure you know that these coins right here, this 1899 O, was a favorite among collectors. Blast white, super clean. And the eye appeal, I guess you would still get eye appeal with this, with the luster, but you're not getting the additional eye appeal with the tonage and the rainbows and stuff. I think it's really neat how we've evolved as collectors, and now the blast whites, they go for less than what the rainbow tones or anything go for. But before, you just toss them away. I mean, you don't toss them away, but you're not going to put them up in your showcase and show everybody. I do have quite a few toners. I love tones. I love tone coins. And so I wanted to show you, I've started a little experiment with my tone, because I want to start to create my own tone coins. And I don't want to do the chemical stuff, and I don't want to do harsh chemicals, that is, and any other tricks that you do to rapidly tone a coin, because that's when you send that in, it's going to say artificial toning, and you're not going to get a grade on it, and you're going to be disappointed. So what I've done, there's two things that I've been doing. One I'm going to tell you about, the other one I'm not going to tell you about, because it was kind of like a family secret that one of my good friends told me about. So I'm not going to tell you about how I do it, but I'm going to show you what happens to the coins. And again, this does take a long time to do. This is not a rapid tone. So the first one I have is this really neat coin. I love this thing, and I do love ship coins as well. So this I've been at this for about maybe a month and a half, 2 months maybe, and you don't see a ton of it yet, but you see it's starting to get a little blue and a little green in there, and man, I love these ship coins, I'll tell you what. And you see how it's just starting to get discolored, and this is like almost 2 months now. And here's how I do it. It's very simple. You just got to have patience. and that's all there is to it. I take this kilo of copper, I lay it on my desk, and I put the coin just like that. I leave the plastic on because I don't want that electrolysis. You know, there's a little barrier between there, but you still get like, it's probably called oxidation or something like that. You still get that between the metals with the plastic on there. Now, if you were to put it directly on the copper, that's when the electrolysis happens. That's when you're probably going to get some ugly toning almost. I haven't tried that yet, but very simple, very simple. And I'll tell you what, this coin, this Norse right here, in my hand, you can't pick up all the toning to it. But in another 2 months or so, this thing is going to be awesome. It's going to be, I'm going to, you know, and very simple way to do it too. All you got to do is have patience. Let it sit there. And this is sitting in the open, you know, so it's got all the environmental stuff going on with it. Now, the other way that I do it is, it does take a while. This is faster though, and it's natural. It's going to be considered natural toning. So here's a few of them that I've done, and some of these coins you probably haven't even seen tone before, but I like to experiment. And check that out. Now that's, see with the fingerprint, try not to touch these. So you want to get like the most BU coins you can get that haven't had many fingerprints on them, because even when you wipe them off, you're not going to do it properly, and then you're going to have to use some kind of chemical and blah 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 blah. So this is just, I took it out of the original wrapper that it was in. Of course, I touched that upper corner, but you see how it's toning, and it's getting some purple in there, and it's gold. The back end, not so much. The edges has gotten it pretty good, but the back end's just starting. But I do, when I do it, I kind of flip them as I go every month or two or so. Here's a really cool another bar, Morgan bar. Very neat toning on that. You can see like the purples and the blue coming in. There's my smudge marks with my fingerprints. So like I said, try not to touch them when you're toning them, because they will pick up that grease on your fingers, and then it's going to be there. And no matter what you do, I don't think you're going to get it off without using some chemicals if you're going to tone it, you know. This one's gone crazy. This is a Batman coin. Probably never seen a Batman tone coin. And this is not, like, I've not used chemicals on this whatsoever. I didn't use the hard-boiled egg thing that I watched Spectacular do. He's got a really neat video out showing you how to tone a coin pretty quickly. But this is no chemicals. You know, this is just straight up toning. It does have, you know, a special way to do it. And I thank my friend for telling me this, because I'm having a lot of fun with it. And there you go. You see the little smudge marks on the corner there? That's my fingerprints. And I didn't know this going in, so it's pretty neat to learn. So the newer ones that I put in there recently, they're not going to have the fingerprints on there, and I think they're going to come out really neat. This one's really cool. This is an old Engelhart bar, and you see that blue coming in there, that gunmetal blue they call it, I think. Really neat toning going on with that. So I'm super excited about these coins, by the way, because anybody that follows me quite a bit, they know that I love a tone coin. This is just a regular American Silver Eagle. Same thing, same way I'm toning this. I'm not using the copper bar, but I do put different metals in that area. I have a copper and a brass, and I put them with the coins, not on them or anything like that, just in the same area, so you get that different metal into that. So this ASE is picking up some really neat blues, violets almost, really neat stuff. These coins are gonna look phenomenal. The one I am most proud of is this one right here. And not only because it is my favorite type of coin, but the toning is coming out just beautiful on it. Look at that. No chemicals again. This is just a different way to do it. It does take some time, but look at that. Like, I'm going to send this thing for grading, because I did pick out a few higher end of my raw Morgans to do this with. And hopefully I'm going to get some really neat toning on both sides, because I do flip them. But this is going to, man, 2 months, I'll do an update video. This thing's going to be beautiful. It ain't nothing wrong with a beautiful tone Morgan, I'll tell you what. But I think that came out probably the best out of all of them. I'm excited. So what do you think of tone versus non-tone coins? Are you still in the older era where you just want a blast white, beautiful coin with not a lot of marks? The cool thing and the bad thing about tone coins are it is a little bit harder, especially if you're buying online, to pick out the higher grade coins because the toning hides it. If you're getting a blast white one, it's very easy if you get the right angles on it. Again, whenever you're buying mortgage, you want that person to show that every angle, different lighting, all that good stuff, so you can really pick out the marks on it. But I mean, look at this thing right here. You know, I guarantee you wouldn't have got that plus without the eye appeal on it. And I didn't know about the eye appeal until recently myself. But it's beautiful. They're just simply beautiful coins, and a lot of them don't have toning on the back because when they sit, a lot of the toning comes from the books. Like when people do their books, they fill them up, and it's sitting on one side, and the air is getting to the top of those coins right there, and you'll see like the little round marks from the plastic that it's in. Very cool stuff. You know, it never really got into why and how coins tone until recently, and I just love it. I'm all in it now. But you'll see, I would say in the next 3 or 4 months, I'm gonna break them all out and show them, and I think they're gonna turn out very well, especially if they turn out like that, Morgan. So give me your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think about this video. I had fun doing it, even though it was a bunch of nothing, but it's fun. You know, this is another aspect of coin collecting that I think that you should explore. It's fun. It's something to do with your coins other than just let them sit. I'm sure you have many coins that just sit there doing absolutely nothing. Take them out and see what you can do to them. Plumber Stacker, see you.
Thanks for watching the Plumber Stacker, where I show you my stack, but not my crack. Please like, share, and subscribe.